Hey, welcome to another episode of Sports Uncorked. Notre Dame's still ranked, Pavia is still suing, and week 4 is about to get weird. Let's roll!
We're gonna throw down some punches, we might get knocked on the ground. We're gonna use our hot token, and no, we're not going down.
Hey, Riz!
Hey, Rach, what's going on? I didn't mean to
You're
like
having a
sigh
day
so
like that
deeply.
too?
You know, it's just been one of those days where every day feels like Monday, and it's just crazy because I just can't wait to get to Saturday.
I agree.
But you know what always makes it
What are you drinking today?
so I am drinking a Pinot Noir from Domani Caneros out of Napa Valley. It's one of my favorite wineries, and their Pinot is just A+, one of my faves.
So, ironically, I am also drinking a Pinot from the Carneros region of Napa Valley from one
Great
of my favorite
minds.
wineries, Saintsbury. And I think it's super ironic because you and I are headed up to Willamette Valley, which is home of the Pinots, which I know you have
Yep.
not been, and I talk about it all the time on the pod.
So excited.
So it's kind of interesting that we both chose Napa Pinots because we're
I
about to
know.
get overloaded completely with Willamette Valley.
Better way to learn than the hands-on experience.
Well, cheers to you.
Cheers, girlfriend, and cheers to the show that we've got set up for today. It has been absolutely wild in the week of news when it comes to college football. I think that it is worth starting out with the rankings. I'm not sure about you, but I have a lot of questions about some of these rankings. Texas, I think, is at number 8 right now, and I don't even think that they should be ranked that high. I'm actually incredibly disappointed, and I actually feel bad because I think we all kind of put Texas up on a pedestal this year, had real high hopes for Arch, but God, dog, did he look bad over the weekend.
Who
I
would have
just-
thought like 3 weeks ago that we would say that Texas A&M is the best team in Texas right now?
You know
I mean,
what?
even SMU shit the bed.
We have not given Texas A&M enough credit. You know, when I was watching them on Saturday, they have the best offense that I have seen in a very, very, very long time. Incredibly shocked, especially because like they've got such a weird culture over there. But their team looks absolutely stellar. And I think it's crazy because we are seeing some involvement. We're seeing some transition from a lot of these teams that have not necessarily been in the conversation. There are teams that I've written down we're going to talk about today, playoff watch. They are legitimate on playoff watch. So I don't know about you, but I know there's some other rankings we've got questions about.
I mean, clearly, elephant in the room, not elephant, 4-leaf clover in the room, the luckiest damn team to not be lucky. Notre Dame. What? They're still ranked?
Listen, money must talk very, very loud because I cannot. After what I've seen over the last 2 weeks, there's just no freaking way. There's just no way.
They're like the one guest who gets invited to a party that like won't leave at the end of the night. They're still ranked. They're hanging around. I don't get it. Like
guest to leave the party.
they are. They're the last
Absolutely.
guest, and you have to kick them out.
I just don't. I mean, granted, they're damn near the bottom of the list, but I mean, 24 is being very generous in my opinion. I just don't know. I mean,
Who's
also,
propping them up? What are
Southern
the
Cal.
voters who are voting them in? Like, what do they see that the rest of us don't? Because are we saying Jeremiah Love is the reason that they're ranked?
so
He's been a disappointment, but
he has been. And you know, here's what's weird. I've just am really shocked. I think that us going into this college football season, we had a pretty solid list of players to watch. Who our breakout stars were going to be, who we were excited to see develop. And like Jeremiah Love, we had ranked very high. I think we were expecting to see great things from him.
Heisman contender.
Heisman watch,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm just like, I don't know if it's the NIL stuff and they're getting lazy. I don't know if it's just, I really don't know. I did not have on my bingo card Notre Dame falling out of the top 10 this season. That is a shock to me.
So are we going to be having a conversation in 8-9 weeks about, well, we kind of forgot that Notre Dame had those early season losses, but look at how well they've performed against these nobody teams. Don't they deserve a playoff spot? Because I feel like that is kind of what happened last year. They lost to Northern Illinois.
Yeah. I mean,
Are we going to keep giving them a pass? I haven't seen enough to say, like, that they actually deserve to be in. And they were close games. We'll give them that they were close games. But a 2-loss team that's still ranked in the top 25 doesn't make sense.
Are you okay? Here's my question then. Are you allowed to be in close games against teams that are, I might be like about to put my foot in my own mouth, but like, are you good enough to play? Because Miami has been shown out and has shown up. Miami's a very, very good team. Ohio State, very, very good team. And I think that Texas A&M has proven one of the best offenses in the country. So very, very good. So if we're going to say that, like if we're going to say that Notre Dame is okay to be in the conversation having close wins against teams that are ranked very, very high, do we not kind of carry that same sentiment for Florida, which has such a difficult schedule that you almost feel bad to say that Billy Napier's job is on the line? That's kind of my question. I don't really know how we even that out in the conversation.
I mean, yeah, strength of schedule definitely has to play into it. It'll be interesting to see how the committee, which I think is a complete joke, how the committee weighs all of this stuff, right?
Because if only we had a commissioner.
Strength of schedule didn't play as much into this last year as we thought when it came down to there were like 3 or 4 on the outside looking in, and they threw SMU in. We were like, wait,
yeah,
really? Okay, so a 3-loss SEC team versus SMU's resume, and SMU was deserving because they had only 1 loss. I think that's what it was. They were deserving. They had the resume. They did what they needed to do. I know we're not supposed to feel sad and sorry for other teams in our conference, but I'm with you. Like, I feel genuinely bad for Florida.
Yeah, I feel bad for Florida. I mean, like, I feel bad for Florida because I wouldn't wish that schedule on anybody. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't wish it on Alabama because, oh my God, I can't even imagine. Our record would be so trash already. But I feel bad because their strength of schedule has been so difficult, not just this year, but last year too. And then for us to continue being like, oh man, like Billy Napier's not doing a great job. Well, I mean, DJ Lagway didn't play his best football last game. Yeah, last week. Thursday. So I just don't know how to feel about some of these players that I had such high promise and high hopes for, but then you put them up against these like incredible teams. God, I hate to say this, but Ohio State looks like a national championship winning team. If Florida played Ohio State right now, I would have to go with Ohio State because Florida is just not, they're like so close, but they're playing up against these very, very hard teams. I mean, LSU, that's going to be Brian Kelly has not been doing a great job down there in Baton Rouge, but they're going to get beat by the Tigers. So I have a lot of feelings about like how to feel about Notre Dame being in the position that they are. We're not taking strength of schedule, or we are taking strength of schedule into consideration, but we're not taking into consideration for other schools. And like, I'm not going to lie, Alabama moved up to 14th. And I don't think that they should even be ranked that high because they only beat ULM and then beat Wisconsin. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there might, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a girl. So
after 3 weeks, I shared this last week. After 3 weeks is when I think the resume building time comes in, where we start to get kind of a clear picture of who teams are, where we can start sports betting with like some kind of like the blinders are off. You can start betting with a little bit of skill. You kind of understand who's playing well, who's not. Injuries are kind of already plaguing a lot of teams too, which is really interesting. We saw
like it looks like war out there.
My boy Lenora Sellers got knocked out. I mean, I thought he was a Heisman candidate this year, and I will die on that grave. He's a solid player.
Yeah,
he'll be back for
agree.
more. But South Carolina going down last weekend, like big time to Vanderbilt, was a huge shock. That was the biggest shock of the whole weekend. Last weekend was a lot of great games. That was an absolute stunner of a blowout.
Yeah,
disappointing to say the least.
God. Okay.
Pavia.
I think while we're talking about freaking Vanderbilt, who was also climbing up in the rank, I'm so butthurt about Vanderbilt still. I'm never going to get past that. That moved from being unranked into the 20th spot. Are we putting Vandy on watch? Like,
I think we have to. They haven't done anything to prove that they shouldn't be at this point.
Well, they've got a 45-year-old quarterback. I feel like that's something worth having a conversation about. But
Well,
yeah, they look good.
there was some news around him this week, too.
There was. Tell us about it, Rach.
Pavia has decided that he is going to go back, click replay on his Xbox, and go back to court and sue the NCAA for a 7th year of eligibility. At this point, this guy's got more court appearances than he's got bowl appearances. And like, dude, just go to the next level, or are you so afraid that you're not going to get to the next level that you're going to want to stay in college? That's what it seems like. Why do you want to be eligible for more?
Because this is the only thing, obviously, this is the only thing he's good at. Also, I feel like we need to take that into consideration when we're doing these rankings and deciding whether or not somebody is going to be playoff. Like, if you've got a 30-year-old quarterback, like, are you still allowed to play New Mexico State University? I'm just asking for a friend. I like legitimately want to know, because I feel like that is like an unfair advantage. You got a grown man slinging the ball to an 18-year-old. Maybe you should be playing a different team than New Mexico State or Arkansas State or Tennessee State or whoever they're playing next week.
So you need team age averages.
I think so.
The average age of your team has to be at this level.
I feel like there need to be different classes now, because it's like, is your quarterback older than 25? Check yes. Is your punter from Australia? Check yeah. Like, these are things that I think we need to take into consideration. But if your punter is Australian but is also under 22, then that's okay, right? But if your punter is 27 and is from Australia and played Aussie rules football, do they still get to contribute to the ranking of your team? That is my question.
I mean, there are players that have gone and played 4 years at Major League Baseball, and they're like, hey, I'm ready to use my eligibility on football now.
Yeah.
Hey, like, I hate you for being that good at 2 sports that you can just
Yeah.
pick and choose. Like, I'll play this professionally and then I'll come back and play this at college.
Yeah.
I mean, those are some good genes. You need to be selling sperm, buddy. People will pay a lot for that. Pad your NIL money with your genes.
My God, yeah. It's a whole new market for that. Tom Brady would just be like raking in the money. All the Mannings would just be raking in the money.
Do we even remember what Tom Brady actually looks like? Every time I see him, his face is like tighter and tighter and tighter.
So
It
much
doesn't even look like him.
Botox in his face. It's not even funny. Like, he's got so much Botox in his face, it actually looks like it pains him to smile, which he tries to do quite it looks painful in his eyes, which is crazy, because that's like one of the few places he does not get Botox, because his crow's feet go out like freaking fireworks when he smiles. It's insane. But we're not talking about Tom Brady anymore, and we're not talking about Vanderbilt anymore. We're going to talk about how weird everything is going to be going into week 4.
I know, like, this is a amazing juggernaut of a week. Is that a word? Juggernaut?
Juggernaut, yeah.
Juggernaut.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I spent a little bit of time in the South this weekend, or last weekend, and I'm like, my dialect's all kinds of messed up right now.
Got your accent back?
I know, I'm like, I can't say words the right way. My vowels are all long again.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Hanging around some Southerners.
It does the body good.
It does.
All right.
So strap in. We got a huge weekend, ranked teams that are squaring off across the country. I mean, this is the stuff that like we have been waiting for.
Yeah.
So where you want to start? You want to start with Oklahoma Auburn?
Yeah, I think Oklahoma Auburn is a great place to start. So I feel like this is going to be very interesting, right? Because we've got Mateer versus Jackson Arnold. Yes. My God, I had to check that for a second.
Yeah.
So we've got these 2 quarterbacks that are not bad. I feel like Mateer has done a very, very good job establishing himself as a quarterback to watch, as Heisman potential. I mean, his stats, the last 3 games alone, are more impressive than what he did when he was at, I don't even remember where he came from, Boise State or something like that. So I'm excited to see this. And like, I hate to say this, but Auburn doesn't look half bad. Hugh Freeze can stand to do some more, but I think this is going to be interesting. Will they cover the spread? I've got my money on Oklahoma, but I don't think it's going to be like, I'm just checking out this over under. I don't think it's going to be a 50-point game.
I don't either.
I think it's going to be close.
It's going to be emotional for Jackson Arnold, though, because he transferred from Oklahoma. And that's the thing that it's going to be crazy with him kind of playing against his old coach and his old teammates. I think there's going to be some fire under him to prove, look what you're missing out on. And I think Hugh Freeze is going to lean into that all week. They have a good defense, which I kind of didn't
Like, you
think
don't
we
want
were
to
going to see this year. Physical matchup.
So this will be interesting. God, as much as I don't want to root for Auburn, I hope that they cook up Oklahoma. I do.
Oklahoma looks good.
But
They
Oklahoma
look
looks
really
good.
good.
Okay, so then here's my question for you. Because I had this conversation the other day with a buddy. Auburn playing Oklahoma, both coming up for us. Who do we want to win before we play them? Is it better that we have a good Auburn for Iron Bowl? Or is it better if we have a decent Oklahoma before the end of the season?
I would rather Oklahoma win. And because they're ranked higher, they're 11th right now. Auburn's 22nd. I think I would rather have a higher ranked Oklahoma because they're getting a lot more press and attention. Right now, I would rather beat them. We have them at home this year, which is really nice. I think we're on the road in Auburn. I almost said we're on the road in Toomer's Corner. Jesus Christ! See, I'm all kinds of messed up. We're on the road. That game's going to be tough regardless. I would rather us have an opportunity to beat a really highly ranked Oklahoma at home.
I agree.
Just my opinion. You agree?
No, I agree. I would really, with Oklahoma being newish to the SEC, with them in their sophomore year of being in this conference, I am interested to see how they match up against a quarterback like at an Alabama. So but it's also like, for me, it's like a good test for Alabama because I, for one, am still not impressed with my school. I still think that there's quite a bit that they need to prove to me personally. More than just wearing a black hoodie is not going to change my outlook on how the season goes. But I'm excited to see like how we stack up against, because I had John Mateer on my list at the beginning of the season, and I've just been increasingly impressed with him as every week goes by. So I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. I got my money on Oklahoma as well.
So I was kind of shocked looking at the Big Ten schedule this weekend. Illinois is number 9.
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
Illinois is number 9 playing Indiana, which is like big because this is the first time in like a long time that both Indiana and Illinois have been. Wait, I might be making this up.
Yeah.
They're both ranked? Yes. Okay.
19.
So they're both
Indiana's
ranked.
19.
So this is like a huge game. I love the games that are like unknown rivalries, and apparently this is a big one, so I'm excited about it. They both have incredible offenses, and so it's really going to be I think this is going to be one of those tough games where they go like tit for tat. Every single play is going to be answered with something. I'm not quite sure who I want to put my money on just yet, but like with Illinois being ranked at 9, I might have to put my money on them. I mean, they're kind of like a sleeper that's going to be in the playoff conversation in a couple of weeks.
I think I'm gonna ride on the Signetti bandwagon. I just like how he just doesn't give a shit about anything.
I love Signetti.
I really like him.
Yeah.
I like him more than I call Brett Bielema bulimia more than I like bulimia.
Not bulimia. That's hilarious.
I just have never really liked him. He tried to make it in the SEC and he didn't make it, and he had to move to the Big Ten, which is a conference more accepting of his type of style. Again, it comes back to, if you are not from the South and you don't understand the SEC, it's really hard to become part of the culture.
Listen,
and he just didn't cut it. Yeah.
Cam Newton said it best. Don't come to the SEC if you don't understand SEC football. It is that simple. It is not just every Saturday. It is every day. It's not just a football game. It's a lifestyle. And if you're not ready for it, you cannot sit with us. Like, it's that simple.
So I think this will be a decisive game in the Big Ten. Like, I don't know who's legit and who's kind of riding the hype. Hopefully it's a close game, but I would like to see Indiana win this one.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. So we've got the over under at 52.5. I don't think it's gonna get 50. I don't think it's gonna get to 53 or anything, but I think it's gonna get real close. Who is coming up with these over unders? Like this is aggressive.
And apparently we say under on all of them.
Well, because it's always safe to go. It's the safest to go with the under, right?
And like, wasn't last week all of them were like 52? Every single one of the
Yeah,
games
there
we
was
talked
some
about, the line was
high-scoring
52.
games. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. All right. So also this weekend, we've got South Carolina versus Missouri. I've got money on South Carolina. There are some people that are saying Missouri is coming for, I don't know why anyone say that Missouri is coming for South Carolina, but I've got my money on South Carolina.
What's the mascot for Missouri? Never gonna live it down.
Well, now I can't remember. It's not a wildcat. It's a big tiger though, right?
Yeah, it's a tiger, not a saber tooth.
Not a
The Missouri
saber
saber tooths.
Well, it's got the giant, like, what is the difference? Stupid mascot.
That
anyway.
is not a tiger, right? That's not a tiger.
It's not. Well, hold on, boys and girls. I have to look this up now.
I mean, it's a saber tooth tiger.
Is it not? I thought it had
A
bigger
saber
teeth.
tooth's a tiger. No, it does. It has huge teeth,
I thought it had like the teeth that go back like that.
right? Like tusk teeth.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm looking at the logo right now. It does not look like that though.
The elephant tusks go like this, not like this.
That's why I thought it was a saber tooth tiger.
Well, the side of the helmet looks like it's got a big tooth.
I think that's what it is. Listen, I can't remember everything, people. I can't remember the name of every quarterback that's listed in the top 25 and do my job that I get paid to do. And remember that I got to buy groceries and remember to take my allergy. Like, I can't remember all of that. Correction Corner is filled with Marisa needing to correct herself on things. I'm sorry. The correction corner.
Take a sip. Take a sip.
The correction
forgive
corner
you.
is full.
All right. So what were we talking about? Missouri Sabertooths and
We're talking about how we don't care about Missouri because they're going to get beat by the Gamecocks
with no quarterback.
with no quarterback. Golly, prayers for South Carolina.
My money's on Shane Beamer.
Yeah, my money's on
What
Shane
what
Beamer
is the
too.
money on this? What is
The spread's 11.
really? Then I'm going to Missouri. For 11 points? Yeah, no, I'm going to take Missouri then. I'll take my foot out of my mouth. All right, Utah, Texas Tech. Utah 16th, Texas Tech is 17th. Why the hell are they in the same conference? Like, I still can't get over that. They're both in the Big 12. I guess playoff implications with these two teams. Texas Tech is a damn good team this year. I think Texas Tech is a good team. Utah, I got questions about. Like, why are they always like the baby that everybody wants to go ahead and just give the Big 12 title to every year? They don't have Cam Rising this year, so maybe that's their benefit.
Whatever happened to Cam Rising?
I bet he's like selling Edward Jones or something.
Good, he should be 37
That's
years
appropriate.
old.
That's an appropriate career path for him.
Job. I thought maybe he was just like slinking along the sidelines, hoping someone would tag him in one day.
He finally retired. I think he said, like, I will not be pursuing a 9th year in college, which is like, cool. Why are we still talking about COVID eligibility? Last thing I remember, COVID was in 2020 and now it's 2025, almost 2026, and people still have COVID eligibility.
It makes no sense.
Is it going to just be a forever thing? Like, I was born during COVID, so I get like an extra COVID year? What?
I would love to know what the qualifications are for COVID eligibility, because I wonder if it can be applied to other parts of life.
Yeah. Can I have a COVID eligible year with a sabbatical?
Yeah, right.
In my job? Like, that'd be great. I survived COVID too.
Yeah. Hey, I survived COVID. I should get some kind of reward for not dying.
I didn't get any.
We can talk about Jordan's boyfriend, Bill Belichick, who is coaching North Carolina versus UCF this weekend. Yes. Now, UCF was a force to be reckoned with. North Carolina is not looking that great so far. All of their freaking cupcake schedules is not pushing Bill up to the pedestal that I think those fans down in Chapel Hill were hoping for. So, that being said, are we rooting for UCF? Or do we hope that Bill Belichick...
No, we're rooting for UCF. Well, of course we are, right?
You don't hope that Bill Belichick just does a little good? Just a little bit?
I don't want him to do a little good. I want him to realize your skills are not transferable from the NFL to college because you have to like people, like I've said for 6 months. You have to like people in order to do this job.
But But
you want to see him be successful. Well, I'm just interested if he's not successful, is Jordan going to hang around? Like that's kind of my little test in the back of my mind. She's already pulled out of Dancing with the Stars. She was supposed to be on Dancing with the Stars.
nobody wanted to see Jordan Hudson on Dancing with the Stars. Nobody wanted to see that.
When
Nobody wanted to see that.
copyright and trademark deals did not go through, I think she pulled out of everything and said, and Bill's not winning, so I need to go back into like my quiet little corner and reevaluate my decisions.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of Bill Belichick outside of Jordan. And I want him to do kind of okay because, like, I don't know, he and Saban like came up together. They should both be decent at coaching college football. I don't understand what the problem is, Bill. Like, this should be easy. Like, you literally don't have to talk to anybody. You have a whole team. You have 70 new people that you brought into the mix and you still can't get it together. And I just want to understand why you can't get it to work, dude. Like,
because he doesn't like people and he doesn't talk to them, so those 70 people don't know how to work together. That's you have to want to spend time with people to make that cohesion happen, and I don't think he does it. Like, these aren't NFL players who are like the best on their college team that are coming in to do that job. These guys need to be coached up. They need to understand what their roles are and how to work together. And I think he's never really had to do that. I think he's kind of relied on other coordinators. He's relied on a strong quarterback in Brady for so many years to kind of rally around and get the locker room going.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I don't think he knows how to.
Brady.
I don't think he knows how to put the pieces together as much as everybody thinks he did, especially when none of your pieces have ever played together before. Like, he's starting with a jigsaw puzzle with like 5 pieces missing. We don't know which 5 pieces are missing, but we'll figure it out in the course of 4 quarters.
That's so terrible to think about when you put it that way. All right, North Carolina, maybe next year. Because you're, oh my God.
Chapel Bill is crumbling. But
I know,
like,
but
why
then,
did we expect this to work? Why did we expect, and I didn't expect, but why did did people expect them to be good given these circumstances?
I think it's because people love to see something that has worked so well for so long continue to work well. But when you move somebody from the NFL to college football, it's like peeking in the kitchen of your favorite restaurant. It's like things were not really working in the way that we think. He was not necessarily the master puppeteer. And like, maybe, all of the cheating stuff that Robert Kraft tried to sweep under the rug actually was happening. And that's how the Patriots got to be as good as they do. We don't know. But now all of that's kind of starting to make sense, right? Because how else were they going to win a Super Bowl if they weren't peeking over the fence at someone else's practice and recording it, if they weren't using a deflated ball, if they weren't having their cheerleaders figure out what other play calls were being called so that they could figure out what the other team was called. I mean, I think
we
just had a lot.
Last time I checked, Bill Belichick was fired from the Patriots because when Tom Brady left, he couldn't win a damn football game. So is it that he was that great of a coach, or was he surrounded by players who made him look good?
I think it was a little bit of both, but I also think that
so
he was
too.
really good at cheating because I, to this day, still believe that the reason why he was let go of the Patriots is because of his relationship with Jordan and not getting caught that he had the cheerleaders learning the call signals from other teams. That's what I actually believe. And I think that Robert Kraft was so scared that he did not want to get caught up in another scandal. And so it was easier to cut ties and to try to fix it. So you didn't love him that much.
And Kraft's a scandal guy.
Yeah.
He likes he finds himself in the middle of scandals all the time. So he's like, I need to get rid of these.
But
he doesn't want any more.
Yeah, he doesn't want any more. He's like, listen, can we talk about all of the scandals that have happened since I've been here? Like, I can't afford another one. I mean, hell, the man's 106 years old. I think another scandal might kill him. I'm just saying.
He can't go for massages anymore. That's for sure.
Gross. Anyways, speaking of gross, let's talk about Carson Beck down in Miami playing Florida this weekend. Again, another tough one for Billy Napier. I am praying for this man. Like, I just feel so bad for Billy Napier because Miami is doing incredibly well. I did not think that Carson was going to show up this early in the season as he has. He's got that whole team looking really, really good.
He's earning his $4 million. He really is earning his NIL money. There's not a lot of people that I can say that truly are earning it. That guy's earning it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's giving Joe Burrow vibes, which is kind of weird because his eyes are so far apart. Miami's looking good, and they're going to beat Florida. I don't think it's going to be a 50-point game, but it's going to be tough. My God, Florida's just going to get ground to the ground. We got to send a police officer over, stand outside Billy's bedroom door. I'm worried about that guy. Him and Mike McDaniel. It's like not a great week to be coaching in Florida.
I think Ohio State could beat the Miami Dolphins.
I think
I really
I
do.
would agree with that. I think Ohio State. God,
I'd actually pay to see that.
I think
have an
that there are
exhibition?
a lot of college teams that could beat the Miami Dolphins right now. I am so incredibly concerned about everybody that is the face of the Miami Dolphins franchise right now. It's not even funny. Tua is one concussion away from being in a wheelchair. And I mean that like as a concerned citizen of the world watching the freaking Miami Dolphins play. I mean, like, they're playing the Bills tonight. Like, I can already tell you that Miami is going to get whooped by Josh Allen and the Bulls. I am genuinely concerned about the Dolphins. Like, I'm concerned
is
about
Tua
Mike
going to get
McDaniel.
hurt? Right? Seriously.
Every week, I worry about Tua getting sacked again and again and again. Like, when he first got to Miami, it was like, oh, look at this really dorky guy that's kind of good at analytics and like he could put plays together. And then it's like, oh yeah, man, look at Mike McDaniel. He's kind of got this like white boy Ricky thing going for him because he plays football really well and he's like in the game. And he's like a player's coach. And like then at the beginning of the last season, it was like, oh my God, look at Mike McDaniel, Rico Suave, Coke Kingpin of the South Florida. And now this man looks like he is in the back of seven, just like trying to get a couple dollars for an 8-ball. I'm very concerned about Mike McDaniel, like every week.
He looks like he hasn't slept in 6 months. I'll agree with you on that. It's just like, oh, what
He
was
looks
it?
like he's been sleeping behind said 7-Eleven for the last 6 months. Like, I don't know what's going on in Miami. I really don't.
And can he last? Like, if he has another losing season, are they going to keep him? Because we kind of felt last year, like, is it a fluke? Is he insane? Is it part of his gimmick? But like when you're like that and you're not winning.
I mean, it's a very good question for you to come in front of cameras every week and be so lackadaisical and say off the wall stuff like, well, in order to win games, you have to go out there and play and win them. Like
no shit.
Today's a great day because we're one more day closer to death. Well, here's the silver lining of what happened in this game. We didn't win, but we learned to fight another day. My friend, like, blink twice if you need help. I'm very worried about you. But like I've always said, nothing good happens in South Florida. Not a thing.
No, I know. So,
all right.
Do we have other games? Those are the games that I had circled.
The only other game that I had on my watch list was Michigan State versus USC, just because I'm trying to understand what's going to happen in Southern California with all their changes that are happening. But we'll see. They've had some weird scheduling too. This game is kicking off at like 11 p.m. on the East Coast. I might be making that up. But they've got one that's kicking off at like 9 o'clock next week.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to watch that.
No.
I'm in the perfect time zone of Mountain Time, and I don't care anything about it.
We don't love them that much. Not enough to stay up and watch a game finish up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Who were they even playing? Who were they playing?
Michigan State.
I don't care about it. Like maybe 10 years ago I cared about that, but no.
11 o'clock is late. That's like way past my bedtime, even on a Saturday. And I wouldn't even stay. I mean, I barely stayed up for that 8 overtime Georgia Tech game last year. So prayers to Michigan State and USC fans. Hope you've got a pot of coffee ready.
Hey, I got to ask you before we move on to, I think we want to talk about kind of the biggest disappointments and players so far this season.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, because this is a big disappointment, a player. So UCLA and Virginia Tech fired their head coaches this week because they had really bad losses. So what that does is it allows players on both of those teams a 30-day window to transfer in the middle of the season. What do we think Nico's going to do?
Listen,
is Nico like committed to his decision?
He has to now. Where's he going to go? Who's going to take Nico? Listen, Nico got some real bad advice. Who is going to take Nico after showing his ass the way that he did last year to get to where he is now? You left Tennessee, which, by the way, is like the ultimate FU to Nico right now because Tennessee's doing bad on them by themselves without you.
Better
It
than
is
with
better.
him. Yeah.
Like, they don't need you, Nico. And I think that you thought that you were the best thing since sliced bread, and then you had your own ass handed to you, where you ended up on the opposite side of the country, making less money now than you were making when you were at Tennessee. Who is going to take that all of that?
And
Somebody who can't
losing
make
every
decisions
day
by themselves and losing it. Yeah, who
in
wants
front
it?
of 4
Where's he gonna
people
go?
because there's like nobody that even goes to those games.
Right.
And it's in a time zone that's like, to our earlier point, everybody's already asleep. You kick off at 9 p.m. Eastern. Nobody's even watching you on TV either.
Yeah.
Like, what a dumbass. So, I mean, I wonder if there's some school out there that has like an injured, not that I'm saying they'll go to South Carolina, but like an injured quarterback who needs somebody to step in at this point in the season and will take him. But he's going to have to take another pay cut, but would he
I
do
mean,
it to have more publicity?
at this point, the amount of money that he's making, he might as well file for the draft and then go ahead and get the same money he's making now in a rookie contract. Heard the Bengals are looking. Like, no one's going to take Nico. Nico is going to have to sleep in his bed. I mean, he made his bed. He's going to have to sleep in it. I don't think that any team is that desperate to have him, especially because he is not proven to be a good enough quarterback at the school that he ended up at. So he's going to have to sleep. He's going to have to sit there and stew in it. I don't I know he got bad advice, but also I don't feel bad. Bro, you got to grow a spine. Say no to your
Yeah.
dad and your business manager.
And you had a good thing going. That's the thing. Like, and we talked about this on the swipe left, swipe right. He didn't have a cast of characters around him at UCLA, and that plays so much into your success as a quarterback. It's like, who are you going to throw the ball to? Who are you going to hand the ball off to? Who's going to protect you when people are coming at you? Like,
Exactly.
you're playing in the Big Ten. It's not like a nobody conference. Also, there's like 100 million obese people in the U.S. Like, why can't some of these teams find, like even the Bengals, you can't find one person, 5 people that can block for Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow? Like,
I
good
know.
God.
There's like, look at all these fat people. Just like,
Poor
don't you have enough
Joe.
money to protect him? I know.
Feel bad. for
Also,
Joe
I didn't
Burrow.
know turf toe was a 3-month injury. They
Didn't know
need
that
a
either.
better name for it. Really. Turf toe sounds like, well, put a
Turf
Band-Aid
toe
on it.
Turf toe sounds like what happens when you don't take care of your athlete's foot. That's what turf toe sounds like. Like your toe turns green and falls off because you didn't take care of your athlete's foot. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah. So we're rooting for you, buddy. But again,
We
Bengals.
are. I know. Seriously.
I hear the Browns have some quarterbacks if you need one.
Golly, I don't know if you heard this, but they were talking about potentially picking up Shador or Jameis. Like, that's in the conversation now. They were like, Cincinnati needs help. Maybe we'll pick up, like, is Shador available? Is Jameis Winston? I mean, like, which is crazy that Jameis Winston is in the position that he is in to even be considered to replace a quarterback because he's not doing that bad in New York.
And I love him.
Love him.
Again, something else I never thought I would say, but I
Jameis
love
Winston
him.
is a national treasure, and we must protect that man at all cost because he is just too precious.
I want to see him all through the postseason. Not
I
playing, but on camera.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But speaking of precious treasures to the United States, I think that's a great segue as we talk about the most disappointing players of 2025. And I feel like we kind of alluded to a couple of them earlier in the conversation. But CBS Sports released a list the other day. So I'm just going to read this off to you and you let me know what you think. I actually think this first one is a giving. Arch Manning. We expected so much from him.
But why? I mean, because he sat behind someone for 3 years. Yes.
Well, I think it's because he sat behind someone for 3 years. And then when Quinn got hurt, he did step in. And he did really well when he stepped in. But this season, him starting has not been.
It's a mind game, isn't it? I think it's in his head. He needs like the Tiger Woods therapist to go help him figure out what's wrong with his game.
Maybe Grandpa Arch needs to come sit in the locker room with him. All right. So DJ Lagway out of Florida. Again, very disappointing. And I hate that. I had a lot of and I think it's crazy because I'm looking at this list and I haven't gotten all of them yet, but players that we legitimately thought were going to be on Heisman watch this year and have not had a very good showing in this season. Cade Klubnik. What happened?
Well, everyone had him on Heisman watch too, and I think we both were like, yeah, Clemson's never had a Heisman Trophy quarterback, and they had Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson, and if those guys couldn't do it, why do we think this guy can?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe Clemson is for another day, but Dabo went off.
Dabo's losing it. He's Mike McDaniel-ing, isn't he?
He really, I mean, he is losing it. I mean, he had this press conference the other day where he was basically like, listen, I'm 55 years old. I'm not going to the beach if Clemson wants to get rid of me. I'm going to another team to coach. And he's like, if you guys are tired of losing, by all means, we're tired of winning, by all means, send me on my way. Like, he's almost like asking for somebody to pick him up.
I dare you. Yeah.
Which, like, my response to that is, Dabo, honey, you come on home to Alabama if you feel like they're not treating you right in Clemson. I would gladly take Dabo Sweeney.
You would take Dabo? He doesn't like the portal. I mean, he's dabbling in it now. He's old school.
He's old school,
I
but
think we got to give DeBoer more time. I think we give DeBoer.
How much more time do I need to give DeBoer? Because he's on my shit list. I'm not impressed right now.
It's a 3-year deal. That's the way I see it. Is you hire somebody, you have to give them 3 years.
Okay.
So we got one more. We got this season. We got one more,
and then I can decide that he's done. He's dead to me. So I have to wait one more year.
Well, no, you can decide he's dead to you now, but I don't think we're getting rid of him this year.
How much will his contract buyout be next year? Still be $70 million? Maybe it'll go down. Just saying. Maybe more
there's some
affordable
clauses
for us.
around winning games. You have to maintain this record in order to stay employed. I mean, why do teams not put that in contracts?
Because then you end up in a situation like Billy Napier at Florida where your schedule is so doggone hard you can't win even if you try your hardest.
I mean, Billy will be a coach that if he gets fired, will find a job immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Who else you got?
Lenora Sellers. Again,
I love the guy.
We love him, but still disappointing. Caden Proctor, which I think was interesting because he's an offensive lineman at Alabama. And he is such a big guy and he takes up so much space, but he is not fast enough or something. Like something is not coming together for him. And that is frustrating as an Alabama fan.
But he blocked fine for Jalen last season.
Right?
I know. And he was
what's happening?
He was heavily touted as a great player, right? Like he played a season and then he transferred to Iowa. And then he got to Iowa and was like, hell no.
Yeah.
And then he transferred back to Alabama before he even played a game at Iowa. And he was a great player last year for us. So I don't know if he just doesn't like Ty Simpson. He's like, I'm okay with you getting hit, but
maybe. I mean, maybe.
I don't like, if that's it, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that
Not
either.
great.
If he wants Ty Simpson to get sacked, I got a problem with
pull
that.
him off the bench, put him on the bench. But he is. I mean,
Gosh.
he has potential. So I don't know what changed.
He's just not moving fast enough. It's so crazy. I'm like, you're such a big guy. Like, there is no light coming in around you, but you still don't get to where you need to be to help make plays. And I don't get that. Like, I don't get that.
Is it our strength and conditioning? Does that
my
seem
God.
like it's the difference? Because
Is it because no one is screaming at them like Steve used to do?
we're working them so hard. Oh, Scott Cochran.
Oh, yeah, Scott Cochran.
He's got a great story.
Yeah, he's doing so good down there. What, West Alabama? South Alabama? I think it's West Alabama.
Okay.
I really don't know. I mean, we can talk all day about why Alabama is not up to snuff this season, but we're going to move on to Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame. Nico Imaliva. I'm always going to call him Imaliva. Imaliava. Ernest Green III, who is offensive lineman at Georgia.
I haven't watched Georgia this year, so I don't know. I'll take CBS Sports opinion on this one.
Sam Levitt at Arizona State, which oddly was a school that was in playoff conversation.
Yeah.
This one's a good one. Gio Lopez at the University of North Carolina. I think we all had really, really high hopes for him this season and still nothing.
Only because Belichick said he was a good quarterback. That's the only reason we had any kind of thought around him.
Well, that is true because we only just learned of his existence like 4 days before they played TCU.
Yes.
So, all right. Mark Ranowski, who I watched him. So he's at Iowa, and when they were playing Iowa State, he was so good, which is crazy because he plays quarterback, but he's built like freaking Gronkowski. Like I was calling him.
I know.
I was calling him baby Gronk the entire time I was watching that game, and he's just not performing. It's crazy. But I saw it. I mean, like, when I was watching the Iowa State game, I was like, that's not clean. Like, you might as well throw an interception there if you're going to throw it out of bounds. And then last but not least, running back Jaden Ott at Oklahoma. So these are the top 12 most disappointing players so far in 2025 in college football. I personally am okay with this list. It's just sad.
I think we'll see some of
Bummed.
these players turn it on.
Yeah.
I think that they're in their heads. I think they need to settle down. I think as we start to get more into conference play,
Yeah.
hopefully they get their mind straight. They're getting a little more experience. Like some of the players are kind of first time on these teams or first time
Yeah.
starting, like Arch. Jeremiah Love should be better than he was last year. I don't know how to
Mhm.
explain that.
Yeah.
But I do think that as the year goes on, hopefully we'll see some changes in the performance. So, I mean, 3 weeks in, we know enough to
Mhm.
know like what teams we think will pull out an upset or who's going to be good, who's not, who needs to work on their playoff resume based on performance in the first a couple games of the season.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think there's some potential. I think Klubnik is going to step it up. I think
Mhm.
he's going to feel the pressure that Dabo's feeling.
Yeah.
They also don't have the hardest schedule in the world. They had a couple tough games.
Yeah.
So I think I feel bad for Lagway. I feel real
I
bad
feel
for
so
Lagway.
bad
He needs
for
to get in the
DJ
transfer
Lagway.
portal and go somewhere else
And,
because
like,
I think he has potential.
he does. I mean, like, DJ Lagway is not a bad quarterback, but he is the victim of this scheduling that I don't know how they've got into the situation 2 years in a row. I just feel like he needs the opportunity to, like, show off his skill set when he's not playing up against, like, the hardest freaking defenses in the country. Like,
And the thing is, like, Florida has a team that can beat some of the teams on their schedule, like the ranked
mhm.
teams on their schedule. They can do it. What screws them, though, is they have a ranked team every single week for like the next 7 weeks. They don't
Mhm.
have a bye week. They don't have a team in there that's maybe one that they don't have to, get killed
Go all
by.
out for it.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm like they just have no rest. They have no regrouping. They don't have a team that's not better than them on paper for like the next 7 weeks. So I mean that's
They
just
have
it's
no
not
They have no I mean, I just like, my heart legitimately bleeds for them. They are playing Florida this weekend, then they are playing Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State. That's the rest of their season.
I mean so the Kentucky week. But that's Kentucky
Yeah.
Florida's all that is always a good game too. Like Kentucky Ole Miss. Like why is that?
I don't know what it is about Kentucky that, like, they just put on, like, a damn good show against some teams, but then, like, the rest of the year, we forget that they're part of the SEC. I don't really know what that's about.
I
Like, when
know.
they play Texas in a few weeks, like, I'm just interested to see, like, how is that going to work out? Like, are they going to crush Texas because Texas has been playing so shitty, or are they gonna make it a good, like, but you know what? Like, in watching Kentucky, Kentucky has the tendency to play a lot like the Atlanta Falcons. They almost play against themselves. Like, they can be doing so well, and then they take their foot off the gas, and then they're playing against themselves, and, like, they're not continuing that momentum. So, I don't know what's going on with that. That may be
They
an
get
easy game
there.
for Florida, but, like, they get there, but
They
that'll
get
be a
there
good
until like the
game.
fourth quarter, and then that's when the whole
Just
thing's
like
like starts
Like the Atlanta
completely
Falcons are
falling
the
apart.
same way. And I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. They always have basketball, so there's that.
So
But
we
yeah,
got our dope. Who's our WTF of the week? I've got a nomination.
I would like to, if you're not already saying this, but nominate Pavia for being an absolute psychopath. I just like think that that dude needs to do, if he's going to invest that much time into being in court with the NCAA, he could probably spare a few hours and maybe get a dual degree or a doctorate, since you're going to stay in school for so long at a prestigious university like Vanderbilt that's really good at stuff like medicine. I just don't understand, like, why you're wasting everyone's time.
I got one. I got one that I'll let you decide. So SMU came out this week
Mhm.
and said that they're going to retire. They want to retire Pony Up, which is kind of like their battle cry. It's like Pony
Okay.
Up.
Yeah.
And they want to replace it with Kick 'em Stangs. So it says SMU leaders say the phrase doesn't match the toughness that they want to project as they join the Power Four. I mean, in the era of NIL, I kind of feel like Pony Up's probably more appropriate.
Yeah.
Also, you don't change stuff like that. It would be like Auburn saying we're no longer going to say War Eagle because we don't want to portray war or something. Yeah, I mean, it's like,
well, I
you
mean,
can't just change your catchphrase.
Listen, they can try. They can absolutely try to do it, but I'll tell you right now, it did not go over that well for Ole Miss because Ole Miss has been the Rebels, they have been the Black Bears, they have been the Land Sharks, and now we don't know what they are. We just keep on screaming hotty toddy, which also doesn't make any sense. So go ahead and do it, SMU. If you think that that's what you want to spend your time on right now, which I think is so stupid, continue on with the kick 'em stand. Like, what the hell is that? Kick 'em stangs?
Yeah, kick 'em stangs. Like, that's dumb. I mean, Pony Up's not great, but like kick 'em stangs is like something a 5-year-old would say on the playground.
Yeah, 100%.
But you know, like Ole Miss kind of had this in their like history. They're who the hell are we? Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are we? Who the hell are they?
Like, they don't even know.
We're like living this out.
They're like a Gen Z kid, like just trying to figure out what we should call them. But until then, we're going to keep watching Ole Miss. And we're just going to figure out what their mascot is next year, I guess, when they figure it out.
And we love Lane Kiffin. I love Lane Kiffin.
We love
Lane Kiffin.
He's so unhinged. I keep waiting. He's like a ticking time bomb. In every game, I'm just waiting for him to absolutely rip off somebody's head and then throw it in center field. Like, I'm just waiting for it. He's so
unhinged. Get your popcorn ready.
Like, literally every day. But yeah, that's all I got for this week's episode.
I know, and I didn't even finish my wine.
It's okay. I didn't either, but that's okay because next week we are going to be filming live from Willamette Valley, home of the Pinot Noirs. It'll be flowing from the ceilings. We're looking very forward to it, and we're looking forward to bringing you guys with us.
And it'll be game time decision on whether we record before wine tasting or after wine tasting. So
probably
that'll be a little treat you
wine tasting. Probably before wine tasting because I don't want to recreate that weird video we made at Vanderbilt.
I forgot about that one.
I didn't. It haunts me.
All right, Riss. Good to see you. Thanks everyone for listening. We will see you next week. Bye.
We're gonna throw down some punches. We might get knocked on the ground. We're gonna use our hot joking. I know we're not going down.